In 1968, archaeologists uncovered an amazing Bible archaeology find. They found a 5th century Byzantine church in Capernaum. But what makes this find so special is not the church, but what is beneath the church. And this will blow your mind. Byzantine architects built churches over places where activities of Jesus were remembered to have taken place. And under this church they found a square room dated to the 1st century. Graffiti in 5 languages as well as crosses were written on the walls. And most scholars agree that this find is the house of Peter the Apostle. Archaeology continues to back up the Bible.
I love how Christians like to reach out for things to make their Bible seem like it's a historical document and to make it seem like these people actually existed. Most archaeologists do not believe, and biblical archaeologists do not believe, that this was the house of Peter. There are many conflicts with this. The first conflict is that it's an octagon-shaped building. This octagon-shaped building is normally not a basilica. The Byzantines didn't build octagon shapes for basilicas, but they did build octagon shapes to demonstrate holy places. And most likely this was built as a commemoration for the work that the so-called Jesus did in Capernaum. But there was the house found under it. No, the place that they found a house under something that might have been a basilica was in Bethsaida. Basada. I'm saying it probably wrong. And this is where this is one of the conflicts. When you go back and you look at the pilgrimage of Theodosius in 530, Theodosius specifically said that they pilgrimed to Bethsaida, the place of Peter and Andrew's home, because they believed that that is a possibility of where he lived. They even said it. They were not sure that this was Peter's home, but a possible location of Peter's home. And to understand how people were back then, they were looking for any and every holy site that they could find, and they were claiming things. And part of it was for religious tourism, to make money, to get people to go there so that they can get some of that cha-ching, ching. That's what they were doing. It had nothing to do with reality, and nor were they concerned with it being the true place or anything of that nature. Now, the Gospels, in John, it says that Peter was from Bethsaida. And another gospel, I think Mark, may have also said that he was from Bethsaida as well. In the Gospel of Luke, where it talks about Jesus left the synagogue and went to Simon's house, Luke also references many other people named Simon. So he doesn't indicate that the house that he went to was Simon Peter's house. It could have been any of the other Simons to which Luke is talking about. So therefore, that is not guaranteed that that's Peter's house. Christians just make these things up in order to try to facilitate their narrative, knowing that it's not true. And the fact of the matter is, you wouldn't know whose house is who, because unlike today where you can say this house is owned by Renz, because there are documentations that show that this is my house, that this is where my mail goes, this is where the paperwork, the government paperwork says it. They didn't have that sort of thing back then. So no, there is no guarantee that any of these places are the actual places that these people are claiming. So therefore, it just demonstrates how Christians are really just reaching to make something fit that does not fit. And more archaeologists who look at this site in Capernaum and try to match it up to the Bible and anything else they have, realize that this is not a place. It's a speculative place. It's a place that they're just guessing or they're just commemorating. And just because somebody commemorates something does not necessarily mean that it is that something. You can commemorate something almost any goddamn on where and claim it to be a representation of that, but that doesn't make it that. So y'all have a great day, and always remember, you got to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibration.